Welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron and I'm here with Victor. We're back at it with another video for you, helping you understand how you can go full-time doing what you love. And in this video, what we're going to be helping you understand is the three biggest blocks that we see so many people come up to when it comes to going full-time, doing what they love or what their purpose is. And these are blocks that I know I've been through all three of these.
Yeah.
They're very common blocks that when you're starting to go full-time and you're starting to create content or you're starting to immerse yourself into the vibration of what you love to do, these are things that can happen that can kind of stop us from either taking action or just kind of lock us into not knowing what to do next. So
Yeah.
the first one has to do with overanalyzing and thinking that it has to be so much more complicated than it actually is. So this is something that I did for a long time because I was making weekly videos on YouTube, and I thought that I had to make it so special. I remember I was watching people like Ralph Smart and other YouTubers and stuff, and I'm like, okay, this is what they're doing. I'm not worthy of just doing what they're doing or just like getting in front of the camera and sharing my message. I have to edit this cool stuff. I have to do all of this stuff that's so different in order for me to actually grow. That was my belief. So I probably also had a belief that what I was providing wasn't valuable enough. So that can be a whole lesson in itself. But what I realized is that I was making it so complicated. I thought I had to learn all these advanced editing skills, and maybe your passion is editing, so that works for you, but for me, I was just making it much more complicated than it had to be.
Yeah.
So
it reminds me of the 80-20 rule, where like they say in business, like 80% of your profits and your reach, your effectiveness is going to come from 20% of what you do.
Yeah.
Which is but most people try to figure out everything. Like, you know?
Yeah, and that's true on YouTube as well. Even when it comes to YouTube growth, the videos that bring in the most amount of views and subscribers, it's always like 10 to 15 to 20% of the videos, rather than all the, we each have probably 500 videos or more on our channel. But it works like that just in general. So the key is for this to just keep it very simple and to understand that what are you passionate about? Start to follow whatever that is. If it's painting or if it's some type of whatever it is, just do that thing and let it evolve organically. Then eventually I had a video that popped a couple months into, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna make more videos, keep it very simple, make more videos, and then a video popped 3 weeks into it, and it was a sign to me, go in this direction. Keep it simple. Share the messages. It's more about the message for me. It was more about the message than some cool art in the background or green. I thought I had to have like some fancy green screen, but I think honestly a green screen would take away from my message, because then in a way, for me at least, it becomes more artificial. People like to feel like they're talking to me. That's what I found, at least with my audience. So yeah, that's something that for me, keep it, overanalyzing will keep you from taking action, keep you from moving forth with your passion, going full-time with it. So keep it simple. Simplicity is key.
And it's funny, I actually bought a green screen and played with it for a while, and I was like, it looks stupid.
I have one too, that on the floor right over there, that green thing. What is a green screen?
Yes.
It's like a little blanket green screen thing, but I don't need to use it. So now I just use it as something else.
Overcomplicating things. And what can be a result of like overanalyzation is indecisiveness. I can't tell you how many people I talk to who have been sitting on a book title or a website domain title for like years. Like, I don't know, it's got to be perfect. What do you think? And it's like, what I've learned is to do what one of my mentors taught me, is to get used to taking imperfect action. Because a lot has to happen for you to really build this online presence and do what you love full time. A lot of things have to happen, and there simply isn't enough time in our lifetimes if we are overanalyzing everything and then becoming too indecisive. There's a lot of time you just got to kind of jump and know that even the worst case scenario, you fail, which happens, it's not really a failure. It's more information to help you do better next time. So, but you can just expedite your process significantly if you just make decisions quickly. Like me and him, we were thinking about a name for what we're doing now. And it took us longer than we had hoped. We wanted to do it in a weekend, where most people I talk to, again, they could be sitting on a name for a year, and by Wednesday, so like 4 or 5 days, we finally came up with something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's so much more simple when you just keep it there, and you just know that it's not about necessarily how and the little details, the website logo. I used to hear, we've had people tell us before that, like when we were in Costa Rica, for example, there were a whole bunch of people that were so excited to see what we do. They're like, we paid $6,000 to be here, and you guys get to come for free because you guys have this YouTube channel and you guys are doing this. They were fascinated by what we were doing, and some of them were like, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to create content online. And the thing that held them back from taking action right away was the little things like that. Like, well, what's my channel art gonna be? What's my logo gonna be? What's this gonna be? And if they would have just simply trusted it and gone through and realized it's more about the energy, it's more about just starting. For everybody that reaches out to me, at least, it's almost always the same advice in the very beginning. Just start.
Yeah.
We kept telling people that because people are like, well, I want to do this and I want to. So maybe when I get 10 to 15 videos done on my YouTube channel, then I'll release my first video. And me and him were like, no. Start now, because you learn as you go and you get feedback from people that are watching you that say, oh, you're talking about this. I'd love for you to talk more about this, you know? When I first started on YouTube, I didn't know I was going to be making videos specifically on manifestation. My intention was just awareness and consciousness expansion in general, but as I made videos, I became more passionate about it, and then people were like, hey, I want to know more about this. Can you make more videos? Or how about this angle? How about this angle? So then I just kept making videos, and it became my passion, and now I'm kind of known as that kind of YouTuber or guy that makes that kind of videos, but it just happened organically from starting. Starting is the key.
I always say clarity comes with experience. Everyone wants the clarity. What's the perfect website look? What's this? What's that? Before they start, so they feel comfortable. But there is no feeling of comfortability. It's just about you get that through experience, and it all kind of comes the more you just jump, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Exactly. So is that the second one?
That was the second one, yeah.
And then the third one. We'll edit that.
Taking on too much at once.
Okay, yeah. Do you want me to share that one, and then we'll?
Yeah, we'll both do. You start a little bit, then I'll.
Okay, cool. So, the third key and the third block that most people stumble across when it comes to going full time, doing what you love, is simply taking on too much too quickly. So this is more about understanding that it's not if you look at it in the macro and you're like, okay, this is where I am. I'm working a 9-to-5 job that I don't really prefer, and where I want to be is living on the beach in like this luxurious place and just able to make money while I sleep and wake up to money in my PayPal account. Then if you look at that all at once, I'm not saying that can't happen because obviously that has happened for us, but in the very beginning, the first steps that we had was just simply getting an income stream coming in other than whatever we were doing or whatever I was doing. I was like, how can I just, make money doing what I love and focusing on one thing at a time? So it's really about understanding it's not so much the macro 500 things we could do to get there, because that will cause blockage, that will cause us to lock up and stop. It's about doing something every single day that over time adds up, which for me was creating a video every single day, which gained a whole bunch of momentum and allowed a whole bunch of abundance to come towards me because I put out so much. But it was one video a day that made the difference, not the 365 videos in the year that made the difference, if that makes sense. So
yeah, there's
that accumulation.
Exactly. There's so many elements to this whole not taking on too much at once. What I see a lot of people do is take on too many projects at one time. I need to be kind of working on my website. I gotta start emailing my email list. I need to get some videos on YouTube, and I'm feeling blocked. And when you do too many things at once, it creates a feeling of tension and insecurity and overwhelm, and that makes you unproductive in all of those things. So it's very important and difficult for a lot of people, myself included, to pick the real essential simple things and see them through to completion, and then repeat and repeat and repeat. And as you do that, you're gonna have what this one mentor of mine would call the idea fairies come in. Like, oh, I'm working on this project that's very important, and you get this idea, you look it up online, and before you know it, the idea fairies have carried you off 3 hours, and you've completely lost track of time, and you're just not getting things done. So a lot does have to happen to make that transition you were talking about, but it won't happen if you try to do it all at once.
Yeah, so just slowly, it doesn't have to take slow. When we say slow, it doesn't mean it's got to take you 10 years to go full time.
Right.
What we're saying though is every day just focus on what you're doing for that day, and it will add up over time. So it's like just focus on what do you love to do. Maybe it's I keep using the analogy of art, but it's something that a lot of people I think can kind of see the analogy there.
Yeah.
Art, it's like, okay, paint every day, draw every day, get inspiration every day. do something every day that adds to that, and over time you'll have this amazing masterpiece, versus thinking that, looking at like the Da Vinci, you know, like the one of the walls or something, thinking that you have to do it all at once. You just start and you keep going, and eventually the momentum picks up, and then you're doing what you want full time. So that's something that we both learned that's really changed our lives, is understanding how to push through these blocks. If you see these blocks come up, then you can kind of recognize them and go, oh yeah, I remember Vic and Aaron was telling me about that. I just moved through it. Keep it simple. And go through the process and understand it can be so much easier than you make it. And if you guys are interested, what we have done is we put some time, we made an awesome video on understanding the 5 ways to make money to go full-time doing what you love, and they're not including AdSense. So I know a lot of people think about AdSense. This is not including AdSense. 5 other ways that a lot of people overlook, that if you start to bring into your life, you're gonna go full-time much quicker because you've added these other income streams. So if you want that video, you can go ahead and click on the link in the top of the bio, and it'll take you there, and we'll show you the 5 ways to make money, go full-time quicker, doing what you love. And other than that, we are going to continue to make videos on this channel for you. We've decided that we're gonna goal ourselves at least once a week, maybe more. We're gonna see what we can do.
Yeah, once a week for sure.
Yeah, and we're going to try to add as much value to you guys. We want to see more of you guys go full-time doing what you love, because we live this lifestyle, and we really believe that everybody should be able to do what they love for a living. So
we see a lot of people want it.
Oh yeah.
They don't know that it's possible.
And it's not as hard as you think. It really isn't. Maybe it does take longer than a week or 2 to do it, but maybe it doesn't. But if it does, it's okay. There's a certain way to go about it. And what took me probably 6 months to go full-time from doing daily videos, I probably could have done sooner if I would have known what we're teaching you now.
Oh, yeah.
You know, way sooner. So we want to help you make that transition sooner. So other than that, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like this video if you guys liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And other than that, we will see you guys on the next vid. Peace, much love, and namaste.
Peace.